Welcome! This is Dane from DNN EV Adventures. This D and N for Dane and Ness, formerly known as Dane S. Olegario Vlog. We're still doing all the great videos we've always done for the lifestyle things, like the cooking and the wedding and things like that. We're going to keep doing that, but right now we're focused more on the electric vehicles. So today we're in a beautiful campground here for the RV park. The name escapes me. Let me grab the sheet real quick. We just got here. And oh yes, it's called The Last Resort. And I really want to spotlight these guys because they are so amazing. This is halfway between our base camp at the Rising River RV Park. And this is just for the day. And they are only charging us $5 an hour to charge. So we're going to show you just how easy it is. Even though you're in the middle of nowhere, there's no DC fast charging. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? There's RV parks everywhere. You have no problem at all. You just come right here and you have a service. It's a NEMA 1450. These are at just about any RV park in the country. And you just go and make sure that you have your level 2 charging cable, like I have here. I bought this company called Must Start on Amazon about 2.5 years ago. Never had a problem. I use this every day charging my car. So I'm very sure that you will have a similar experience with this company. And so what you need is for the 1450, this right here, and then the receptacle for whatever plug you have. Now that's a NEMA 650, which means 50 amp, and this is a very common one you'll see for welders and things like that. So you plug that together. Now the important thing is you always want to make sure before you start everything is off, because you don't want to put a jolt to your equipment or to theirs. So everything's off, and first thing we're going to do is going to plug this in here, just as simple as that, like plugging in a dryer, plugging in a welder, stuff we've all done in our lives. And then you get here, it's very easy to identify the 50 amp service because it has two switches together. So you turn on the 50 amp service, and in my case it has a readout right here. It's kind of washed out by the sun, but if you can come in here closer please, maybe we can get a little picture. Hopefully you can see that, but basically that's 40 amps, and let me just see what we can do now that we've got this plugged in and it's showing voltage and amperage. We know that we're good to go to plug into the car and start charging. And normally they have a very reasonable rate here, about $50 for the spot, and we're only paying $5 an hour to charge on our way up to Crater Lake. So now we plug in here, and if you notice, this is showing my charge state. This is saying, okay, we're not quite to 100%, we're about above 60. You know, it's just little lights, the 3 lights, so that basically we're charging here, and this green light here tells you that its charge is working. Now, inside the car, there's more information that's good to know. So you go in here, and this is a Hyundai Kona electric. And the way they do it is you have on the screen here, you have your charging. Now I'm at 78%, and it shows just a quick thing here. I'm set to go to 100%. You can go to management, and you go to the current. Now, I have these both set to maximum. And right now, I can see over here, I'm receiving 7.4 kilowatt. That's pretty much the maximum that my charger, or actually what they call EVSE, electric vehicle service equipment, that basically is just a fancy extension cord. The actual charger's on board inside the car. But people call them chargers because they don't know better, and it's easier to say than EVSE. And anyway, long story short, if we were to sit here for 100%, it would take 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now that seems like a long time, but the truth is I'm at 78%. And the beautiful thing about this car, it doesn't just say 78%. It says right there at the top right, you see a little gas station with an extension cord coming out of it, that is saying your distance. So I have 221 miles of range right now. So honestly, this is more of a let's see what's out there and what can we do if we needed to charge. We don't honestly need to charge, but for $5 for an hour, and then we can go around the little nature trails around here and just explore this beautiful park and have our lunch while our car is charging. It's the no-brainer. It's the best choice. And so we're just going to go ahead and do that. And again, I want to make a shout out to the Last Resort. They're so kind and welcoming. We didn't have any planning on this. It was completely spur of the moment. We were on our way to California to the Fully Charged Live in San Diego, and that's not happening for almost a week. So this is just a nice side tour during our honeymoon. We're going up to see Crater Lake, and these guys were like, yeah, come on up. We got lots of empty spots after the holiday. There's lots of, and they only charge $5 an hour. We can use pretty much all the amenities here. They've got Starlink satellite, $3, and you get 24 hours of Starlink satellite, and it's better than the DSL coverage and the traditional satellite coverage here. According to one of the workers, I believe his name is Seth, clued us in, but I highly recommend these guys. If you're going up to the Crater Lake and you want to have a great time in a little mini resort for cheap camping and free charging, in other words, you can do it. Now there is, I've heard, a Tesla destination charger up at the south entrance of Crater Lake Park. But the problem, unfortunately, is that since I'm not driving a Tesla, I can't use it because number one is a Tesla plug, which only fits their cars, and number two, even if I have an adapter, until the Tesla network is opened up to other EVs, it wouldn't work anyway. So this is your best choice. RV camps like this are all over the place, and ones like this that are open-minded and more than happy to accept and allow EV car campers like ourselves to come. Beautiful. Because, you know, people don't realize, because it's new, and there's all kinds of misinformation out there. Oh, EVs will never work. The infrastructure isn't there. It's been here for better part of 50, 60 years. I don't know how long they've had 240 volt service up here with a 50 amp, but that is a very common standard all across the country. People run large motorhomes that have multiple air conditioners. They actually draw more energy than this little EV, even a Tesla, or any, you know, think of a Mach-E or even a Ford F-150 Lightning with this ginormous, you know, 110 kilowatt battery capacity. That's a lot of energy, but even so, the rate coming in is often less than what a lot of motorhomes will use with all their ACs running. So it's not going to stress out anything. And you do not have to worry about range anxiety, especially when you're wanting to go out camping. Because if you're camping, you're going to be parked sometime. You're going to sleep sometime. So when you're sleeping, you get your charge just like you did at home. You got a full charge in the morning and you can go on your adventures. That's it for now. Thank you, everyone. And remember, stay charged, stay happy, keep EV adventuring.